see your identification.
You don't need to see his identification.
We don't need to see his identification.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Hey, what's happening, everyone? I'm SirJames coming at you guys with another video, and today I'm here to give you guys my review on something a little bit different, more specifically a statue by Sideshow Collectibles. The reason why this one's a little bit odd for me to review, as much as I want to be able to share my opinions on this, is because, you know, unlike a lightsaber or a Hot Toys figure or a Sideshow figure where I know exactly all the pieces and stuff that I want to talk about, you know, a statue's more of just a display piece. There's not really much to it besides, you know, looking really cool depending on what the piece is. But, you know, this is a particular piece that I honestly really like, so hopefully I can do it justice in today's video. So before I bring the statue over, this particular statue is of Obi Wan Kenobi, or more specifically Obi Wan Kenobi, based on Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, and more specifically the scene in question is during the cantina scene where we got to see and meet characters such as Chewbacca, Han Solo, which, by the way, I'm pretty sure this is going to be brought up at some point in the comment section. Han was the only person who shot. That's it. None of the edited or that weird awkward head tweak thing that they kind of tossed in the special editions. None of that existed. The original scene with Han shooting and defending himself, that's the only one that exists. The edited stuff doesn't happen. So let's go ahead and bring it over here. So here we have, and he's a pretty large statue indeed, a little bit over or about 20 inches tall. And here he is, Obi Wan Kenobi, and this is a really cool display. If you're a fan of the original trilogy or you collect statues, I feel like this is going to be a really nice piece to add for sure. He's definitely got some weight to him. In terms of the overall weight of this item is about 17 pounds. That's what was listed in the shipping information. So definitely not too bad indeed. Now, what's really cool about this particular statue is that there's a couple different options upon a checkout. There's the standard collectors, or there's the exclusive item, which honestly there's only a $10 difference, and if you ask me, it's worth spending the extra $10. And the reason why is because you get a severed arm and a blaster to add to your display. Let me go ahead and bring the severed arm. I don't recall the creature's name on top of my head, or I just don't know how to say it. So this is the severed arm that we're talking about. As you can see here, there's some of the blood stain there on the outfit. This was a particular moment where if you go back and watch it, it was quite bloody indeed. You just saw a severed arm and a pool of blood right there on the spot. But again, it looks really, really well done. Then you also get a little blaster here. Now the blaster here is actually just plastic. It's not polystone or anything like that. But this is definitely made of that resin, polystone, whatever material it's used here. Definitely feels quite of a solid piece here. Now working my way around here. So pretty much what you get inside the package is that you have a few different pieces, so there is some assembly required. You have the headpiece that's separately, you have his lightsaber, which we'll give you a closer look in just a second. You also have a lightsaber blade. If you get the exclusive one, you also get the severed arm with the blaster. You have one left arm, which is pretty much how it is at the moment, which is pretty much reaching over, throwing his robe pretty much back there, you know, a nice little effect there. And then of course you have two right arm attachments. The first attachment is in the pose like he is now, pretty much getting ready to bring out his lightsaber to defend Luke, because you have those two thugs that were messing with Luke. You know, he doesn't like you, I don't like you either. And then pretty much Obi-Wan steps in, says this little one's not worth your trouble. And then unfortunately, you know, the thugs throw Luke, and then pretty much they start pulling out a blaster, and then, well, he pretty much slices the arm and kills the other guy. Pretty sure he kills the other guy. But just a really nice moment to show that, you know, he means business. Don't mess with Luke. So anyways, like I said, you got him just pretty much at the ready. And you have another arm, which I'll try to my best to attach it in the videos. That's kind of hard to get the arms through the sleeve. But this one is to hold his lightsaber. So let me bring these pieces over. So this is the holding hand for his lightsaber. You can see the nice wrinkles in the display there, and you can see like the veins and stuff like that. It looks really, really well done. And you got a nice fabric here, and pretty much a lot of the items here is all high quality fabric, which we'll touch upon that in just a moment. And the way it attaches is that you have this little block piece and a magnet that pretty much kind of holds it together. And here is his lightsaber. Now, if you guys are kind of curious, no, it doesn't have NeoPixel or smooth swing functionality, nothing like that, like the other custom lightsaber reviews that I've done. But there's only one downside to this particular piece, is that unfortunately, if you were to use the lightsaber, this particular piece doesn't have any light up features, which is the only real main negative that I have about this, but everything else that I like. But as I mentioned before, you got the base, you got the arms, that's all separate, the head is separate, then you got the main body itself, which is all one solid piece, and then you also got this base here, which before we talk about the body, I actually want to show you guys the base. So let me try my best here, because these are numbered. There's actually only 500 of these ones made. So let me go ahead and try my best to support him. Let's see if I can do this. So the number I got is number 238 out of 500. And that is what the base looks like, the nice Tatooine there. And you can see Obi Wan standing out there in the distance. Very nice, the twin suns and everything. It's very cool looking. Let's go ahead and set this down. And again, the base has a really good amount of weight to it, so I don't feel like it's going to break. I guess another thing I should have done here is show you guys what the bottom of this base, or the main portion, as you guys can see there in the corner, that kind of looks like rust. It's actually a blood stain for the arm. So it looks very good. Boy, that was a bit rough to hold that one hand. Then it's got a giant rod and the left foot that you just plug in here on the bottom. And just like so, he's held perfectly fine. Let me go and center him really quick. So in terms of his actual outfit, is that pretty much all this on him is all high quality fabric. And as far as the outfit goes, is that you actually have a lot of wires there to get him into those dynamic poses. You know, like, again, the cloak swaying over here, giving it that effect look to it. There's just wiring that goes all the way down the front end here, all the way towards the bottom ridges. Same thing on the left side. And also the hood, there's a complete wire that goes all the way around this. You might have to kind of rotate the wire a little bit out of the box because it's kind of shuffled a little bit. There we go. And then also too, on his main outfit here, his robes and stuff like that, is that there's also a wire that runs here on the actual bottom portion. That's pretty much about it. And what's cool too is that there is a little bit of wear, you know, just because he's been on Tatooine for so many years now. And there's actually a bit of dirt and whatnot that you can kind of make out towards the bottom ridges here. But definitely very good all the way around. So let me go ahead and try to get the opportunity to take this arm off and to put him holding his lightsaber as best as I can. Like I said, it's a bit of a pain to get his arm through, but it can be done. So it pretty much holds together through a magnet. So just like that, we pulled out his arm here. So now he is an armless Obi Wan Kenobi. And we're just going to go ahead and take this other one here. And as far as the brown robe, you can remove it if you wanted to. I'm not going to, because in the scene he was wearing the robe. So I personally don't have a reason. The tricky part is you kind of have to work with the clothing here. You might also have to rework some of the wiring here. But But pretty much once you have his arm in place and how you want it to go, you can go ahead and bring his lightsaber. You don't have to worry about breaking his hand or anything because there is a bit of a rubber material. Just so that way you can go ahead and kind of put the lightsaber in and out if you choose the display option with this. Let's see. The blade is a little bit tough to kind of get in just because it's so new out of the box still. There we go. So now we have Obi-Wan here. With his lightsaber out. And then you can go ahead and incorporate the severed arm. Bring the blaster over. Toss that in there. Then now you got a nice completed scene here. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that. The likeness is really good in terms of the actual character. The actor, I should say, and just everything around this piece is just really nice looking. And I just feel like if you are someone that collects Star Wars statues specifically, or just statues, I feel like he's a really nice addition for sure. Now there is someone that I've seen that actually does like some custom job where he'll take your Hot Toys lightsabers and does these really nice light up versions of them. So hopefully when this pandemic kind of eases up to allow access to mail for different countries, hopefully I could get in contact with this individual, because I know there's a restriction for where he's at right now, and hopefully maybe I'll send this lightsaber out to him so he can do that custom work, so that way I'll have a lit up lightsaber instead of just how it is right now where you can't really make out too well. I mean, I'm not sure how it is because I'm kind of far from the screen here. But overall, what do I think of this piece? I think it's great. Like I said, the only negative that I have is the fact that his lightsaber doesn't light up. That's really about it, but I think he's going to make a great display piece. Probably toss him up over here, or again, I'll rotate stuff around throughout the time, you know, just like the mannequin over here. He wasn't able to be seen much during the Darth Sidious, so now he should stand out a little bit more, hopefully. But until then, again, let me know what you guys think about the Obi Wan Kenobi Premium Format statue. If you are interested in this guy, I'll put a link in the video description down below. Until then, I'll see you guys in the next review, which, by the way, I do have my Vinzara lightsaber already being shipped back, now installed, so expect a review. Also to the Ultimate Works Qui-Gon Jinn lightsaber, I also have the 89 Sabers Graphic Supreme to do. And then I'm hoping to get another hilt towards the end of the month and a few extra items. But until then, I'll see you guys on the next video upload.